Evo Trucker here. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I have tried with the mic, but I found with the mic it can be a little bit temperamental. So hopefully you can hear me. And welcome to my channel. Today we are going up to a common place that we load at. I'm not going to say any names. We've just delivered a load of glucose to this farm. And we're about to head out. Obviously. I'm seated, I've got the plan on there, I've accepted my job on the PDA. That was fun. The farm is pretty much bang on here though, because I had to split the load between two tanks. Which got a little bit messy. Let's turn my lights on, because it's a little bit... I'm sorry if there's a little bit of banging around. I don't mind that knocking, because I know what it is. And I know it's fine. This is my plate and cutlery. Messing it around. I'm going to probably mug off my sat-nav a wee bit. Because... let's knock it up a wee bit on temperature. It's saying it's at 22 Celsius out there. Not too sure if it is, but then again the truck has been pumping the liquid, so it's probably warmed up wherever the sensor is in this thing. That's what I find anyway. The other day it said it was 32 Celsius after loading, or tipping. So I reckon the sensor in this thing is in a bit of a heat trap if the engine's running while you're tipping, because how our pump system works is that the truck pumps it. So with a PTO switch, like, you know, I don't know if you know about them, that operates a pump. It's similar-ish to, you know, power takeoff or electrical thing, except from what ours is run by the engine pumping a mechanical pump. And you have to make sure in high gear and all that, to make sure you're fully optimal, etc, etc. Yeah, I enjoy delivering to farms. Don't get wrong, this sounds like a complaint. It isn't. It's something I've fully accepted. It comes in hand to hand with delivering to farms, but bloody hell, there's farm smells sometimes. And yes, fair enough, I drive through the countryside and I just had a bit of pyong of a nasty smell then. Even though I have Febreze the cab. That was a little bit of a smelly farm. Nothing wrong with the farm, just where we tip loads right next door where the pigs are kept. And I ain't no doing the mucking out and all that, so the smell was in the air. Obviously. Yeah, everything's all good. I've uploaded a video this weekend. I'm a little bit behind on some of my videos, so they might come out a little bit higgledy-piggledy. So I do apologise. Next week is my paid week, because today is the Friday the 16th of November 2018. Just for reference, and next week's Black Friday. Next week. And it's my pay week as well, which is like an added bonus. This is an exciting turn down at the bottom of this hill. Yeah, it was exciting coming up because I was only half loaded, so I was quite light, but it was enough on my support axle to want to be down on the tractor unit. Not on the trailer, bizarrely, but on the tractor unit, which I don't mind on general road use. It stabilises the truck quite nicely with it. But coming up this hill, even though I'd done the transfer weight over onto the drive, and I got it up the hill, but I had to take it really steady.
B3143.
Decisions. Yeah, we'll go this way if we can. Oh, actually, we'll go the way sat nav saying because it's a bit tight around there to turn out. You can get in that way, but hopefully I haven't messed this one up.
Turn right, B3143.
Yeah, all good, all good. Plenty of we'll go the sat nav. I think you can go this way. I've gone this way before, but not to where I'm going. So I know trucks can get down here with not so much drama.
Follow B3143 for 4 miles.
And I'll be coming back down here with my reload a bit later. So plan is I'll do a bit of a chat for 5 to 10 minutes. Then I might just capture some footage. I really do not know what I can do. I can go as tight over as I can. There we go. That's tight, but doable. Yeah, it's funny watching people's perceptions on depth of the car, especially people with small cars. It's quite funny sometimes along here. You leave enough of them that you can get a reasonably big car through, and they will still wait there and sort of like, oh, I need more worm, need more worm. Then 5 seconds later, when you wave them down, they cautiously creep down. They get down, and you have like a football pitch either side of them. I know, yes, it is tight roads. And, people don't like myself. I don't want to scratch my truck. My truck's my baby. At least with the knocking up there, you can tell how bumpy country roads are. And sometimes they can actually be better than the main roads, embarrassingly enough. But still, when you're doing country driving in a Class 1, always take it steady, no matter how familiar you are with the country roads. I admit there's some areas where, I wouldn't say I open it up, but, that I know how the truck will react, and I know it's safe enough, in terms of passing traffic, etc., etc. Obviously where it's safe to do so. But I'm not so familiar down there, so I will be a little bit cautious, even though I have been down there before. Because I know it's a bit tight in the odd section, and knock knock, a lot of hanging down trees give you a sort of wake up tap. You know it happens, you can't really avoid that too much, except from driving on the other side of the road. So if everybody's alright, whoever sees this, no dramas. Everything's all going my fun. So next week, because I'm excited about Black Friday, is because I'm going to potentially build, I've decided that I probably am going to build a editing Windows-based computer. I was going to go Hackintosh, but I was just doing tons of research. And yes, it's a challenge, and I've said this before. In some ways I would love to do it, but at the same time, just what Apple's been doing with the operating system, it's just getting to a stage it's getting silly. And I found quite a good editor on Windows that I would actually think, I'm not going to say it at the moment, so I'm completely, it is probably the most recommended Windows-based one anyway, or amongst one of the most recommended editors, or video editors for Windows, and even on Mac, because I can even use it on Mac. And the embarrassing thing about it, it's free. Yes, I said it, it's free. Because I updated, I had it was sort of gifted to me at my Final Cut Pro, whatever it's called. And the problem is with the latest update, it's taken it off my account for whatever reason. I might get in touch with Apple support and just check on it, but I've got a funny feeling I'm just going to be mugged off on it. unfortunately, so using a small truck today. Down this bit, that's the big ones further up. I was going to go left at that junction back there because it takes me on my favourite road to get back up to where I need to go. But you can go this way. It's a bit more exciting this way, for obvious reasons. It might be quicker going to sat-nav, but it's 50-50. There's pros and cons about going both ways. The other way means going slightly in the opposite way for a little bit to get onto the road, which is, yeah, fair enough, is probably the main issue with that. But I'll be coming back down this way anyway after once get loaded. So I'll be probably coming down that way, more or less. My ETA is around 10:30. I might stop off at Greg's on the route and to probably use the facilities. Not sponsored either. I know I said a company name. I'm not sponsored by them. There's lots of other bakers out there. Yeah, so it's going to be an editing Windows-based computer to be building, and you know it's going to be. I was going to do an i7 build, but actually, I've been doing a lot of research. I'm going to go AMD because it's a little bit cheaper. But apparently, for editing, according to all reviews on the processor, I forgot which. It's like the new number 7 of the new AMD range. It is. You know, it's like 8 cores or maybe more than that. Now, it's really good. It's like 4.0 GHz, not overclocked. And initially, I'm just thinking about just using the cooler that comes with it, because apparently it's meant to be quite good, the new coolers. I've got a graphics card ready to stick in it anyway from my Mac Pro, which is a 960 GTX. It should do the job. It's 4 GB in there. I was going to get a 4 gig or newer 4 gig one, but it will do the job. That's all the computer's going to be for, is editing videos, more or less. And maybe a few other things, but it's not going to be my gaming computer. So at the end of the day, it's purely going to be there just to edit videos of the channel and just to be a link when I'm home to my YouTube channel, you know, so I can update stuff, keep an eye on the channel. You know, I'm not expecting anything massive from it. It's just a hobby, but you know, it'd be nice to have a computer that I can comfortably edit on and also render efficiently, you know, as quick as I can, because you know my time's limited when I'm home, so I don't want to just spend my time at home purely editing videos. So some of it is to speed up some of the processes. Yeah, some of the villages along here are very nice. But, you know, going back to what I was saying, you know, it's just to free up a bit of my time. I enjoy editing the videos, but I also got other things to do on my time off, you know. Plus, you know, I would like just to chill. I need to go do the shopping, you know, etc., etc. Right, so we'll pipe Helene down here. If he doesn't, we will use a bit of this. Let him come on by. There we go. A bit naughty, not bit empty, so we're not going to damage it too much. Shall I let her go? But never mind. It's fine. It's not too bad. It's not the tightest village I've been through. I'll slightly open the window so it's getting a bit in here. Bit stuffy, even though I have got the AC system on, which reminds me on which I'll leave it on once it's on. It's now gone down to a more believable.
Right, B3143.
Try not to swear. That's the only negative about that storage locker above. Not locker, but side bit where I keep my smelly things and all that. Along these sort of roads, it throws them out. I'll froze one of them out, which I have to just lock back in, which should be
Turn
fine
right.
now. Hopefully, I'd sort that out a bit more. Thought I had, but she is not how I wanted to be. At least she didn't hit me on the head. Otherwise, everything else is more or less secure in here. Just the stuff, as I said, that's rattling, that's above my microwave. I have put a couple of rolls and that in there to limit down, but there's a box of cutlery that shakes about, and it does move about a smidge as well. It's not as bad as it was the other day, because I had the scaffolding truck here as well the other day. And she wants me to go down that. Or do we get to Shaftesbury? We'll see what the turn's like. I'm not positive about this. Looks doable. Just this turn
After
in
a quarter of a
looks
mile,
quite
sharp
tight.
left, B3146.
We'll see, we'll see. She'll probably talk a bit longer than 5 or 10 minutes, so this might be a half an hour talk video with a bit of hopefully some, if I remember to do it, because I didn't do it on the last one. I had the drive footage in, just because I was talking for so long. But I thought it'd be nice to at least do a bit of a talk, drive, sort of thing. You know, you've seen a bit of a farm that I've been on.
Sharp left, B3146.
Ah, she's alright. As I said, on sat-nav, things don't always look how they are meant to look. I mean, that knocking can get on my nerves now and again, but it only gets knocked around like this along these certain roads, when the vast majority of the time, believe it or not, is on normal A roads or normal main roads. I mean, for around here, this probably is the main road, which it is. You know, there's no restriction signs, so we're all good. There's normally quite good around here on informing that it's not passable. Yeah, so I've got a little bit of sorting out my lockers still to do. You know, just to try and
After
rectify
700 feet, bear right,
some
B3146.
things.
Spring Grove.
And I find this on the sat-nav now and again. You know, when you're in the countryside, when you're certainly getting in trees, it can mess up your satellite signal with this system. With my normal sat-nav, it was normally quite good. But now and again, it will have like a hissy fit and it'll lose track of, it'll say you're in the middle of the field when actually you're on the road it wanted you to be on. You're like, really? A bit of logic. How did I suddenly jump to the middle of the field? That's you know, done something silly. Right, hopefully it doesn't get any more exciting. Otherwise it's become a video of how I lost my job. Should be all fine. I'm reasonably certain we can get down this way. Just I'm not a big fan of going down the roads, especially country roads, if I can prevent it. But, as I said, to make that left turn back there, it's going to be cheeky because there was also a car a little bit further down parked up, which it was fair enough when I was coming from that way to get down there. But going the other way, I wasn't confident that, it's mainly because I couldn't have eyes on that building all the time. It would have been on my blind side effectively, or blinder side. Yeah, so everything's all good. You know, hopefully I'll get my bits and bobs ordered next Friday, which means hopefully all the components will arrive not this coming weekend for me, but the following weekend. Which then I can start working on, you know, the channel a bit more. Because then I'll have a computer that's dedicated to the channel effectively. I know I said, no, it's a hobby, I'm not expecting to get big, but it gives me a bit of capability of being able to just get stuff done. I'm not having to hunt through files on my current computer from other things unrelated, you know. Yes, I have it organised in the manner on my current system that I can identify what is the channel stuff and what isn't. But now I can have just a computer dedicated to it, so right, that's just purely for this channel or, you know, YouTubing. And to be honest, I've got a lot of the components already. It's basically the computer itself that I need to build, and it should be hopefully quite a good system.
After 900 feet, bear left, B3146.
Yeah, and the work I'm doing, I'm enjoying it. You know, it offers a challenge almost every day. No, even going to places that I go to quite regularly, some of them are quite cheeky to get into. You know, and even though this is one of my favourite places to it's my main place to go and collect from, that I'm going up on the weekend, even though it's a Friday today. Even though it's a Friday, normally over the weekend I mainly go to this place we're going to all the time. You know, it's a really good site, you know, it's good work there, you know, it's not that hard to get to, but, you know, the primary route we take in from the south to it can be a little bit cheeky, especially with the locals racing up and down it. And I had a interesting situation the other week, or a few weeks back now, that I but down the narrow section, narrower than what we're on at the moment, so basically it's just enough room for me to get down, and there's like passing points which, you know, cars come late in, and yeah, it's one of those ones that, you know, when you go in and once you're committed, especially in more of these, you are committed. Cheers, thank you. You know, you're committed. I know this guy in a big Nissan, you know, sports car, so it's a very bright car itself. You know, decided he can go through a gap that barely a Micra or one of the real small cars could get through. Seriously, it was basically a ditch hedge on the. I think it was a ditch hedge in the wall or something like that. Basically, he did not want to come off the road at all, even if you were in a car. You know, you will be damaging his car on one side or damaging his car and damaging the truck on the other side if he wants. He tried to come down, he tried to force his way down, even though he wasn't there when I committed in. I was already halfway down this stretch when I first saw him. I was like, bloody hell, because he raced onto it. I'm like, I was sort of thinking, are you going to stop anytime soon? I'm having to stop. Are you going to stop? Nope. He did slow down, only to the point he was like, oh, I can't make it through. He still tried. He also gave me, you know, I had my window half open as well, and he sort of like shouted up, and, you know, basically said, oh, trucks shouldn't be coming down here, you have no right to be down here, and all that, and you're like, oh my. I kept the cool quite well with him, even though I did answer him back a wee bit. because I was not in the mood. And the thing is, I couldn't reverse either because I had like loads of cars behind me. He had, at the time when he first initiated it, there was no one behind him. But just because he was wanting to be selfish and arrogant,
turn right.
So what we do is, yeah, this is looking good, looking good. Let's go. Otherwise we sat here all day. I think that might have been the sign on that side, unsuitable for heavy goods vehicles, but I do not know. There's a blue sign informing of something. Normally there can be blue signs. Oh well, we got down there, it's fine, no dramas.
5 miles.
There was nothing that I noticed coming in from the way we came. Well, pretty much committed down there anyway, but it was unsuitable. Oh well. Nice thing is that we're light now, so both my left axles are up, so we're highly manoeuvrable. Now, I'm still getting used to how manoeuvrable this thing is compared to normal class 1 work. It's a bit like when I was doing the tipper work. So I think it's a similar sort of length between the wheels as on the tip on this tanker. Doesn't mean like uber manoeuvrable, but it's a lot more manoeuvrable than a normal, you know, curtain sider, or the average curtain sider, shall I say. There is certain curtain siders, yeah, that are very manoeuvrable, and probably even more manoeuvrable than this, with turning axles and all that. And, you know, this doesn't have any of that, but yeah. So everything's all good. All good. Let's probably open it up a smidge. It's probably as fast as I want to go along here. Need that is pretty straight. And there's going to be some turns up ahead. Yes, I do use the sat-nav a little bit, certainly country driving, even long roads I know reasonably well, just to go, right, where's those bends? Okay, it's just coming up now. There's some that they have very long stretches like that, you know, you semi-forget that, oh, there's a chicane up ahead. This might not be the most efficient way. I haven't really driven to my primary collection from that farm before. I've been from the other farms, but it involves going through quite a long, narrow village. That's the other reason why I was a bit 50-50 if I turn left as well. Which, you know, you thought it was bad going out that way, wait till you go the other way. Even though it takes you to the more efficient roads, it can be a bit hellish. If that makes any sense. Yeah, so update, you know, as I said, the update for the channel will be hopefully a new editing computer, going Windows based now, which is a shame. I like Apple products. I do like the operating system as well, and the editor, but just because of certain changes they've made with a new patch and all that, and you know, and Apple have changed over the years massively, and I think it's become far too greedy in my own eyes. It's far too, you know, because I was just look at building the systems. Even if I went to Hackintosh, I can build a cheaper Hackintosh that is just as powerful as the most powerful Mac you can buy, you know, the Mac Pro top end, for, you know, way less than half the price. think I've been down this road before. Those lights, maybe. I think yeah. If I'm not confusing for another one. Yeah, I think I might have been down this road before. It gets a bit spicy at the other end, but it's all doable. Keeps you awake and keeps you challenged. Yeah, so, you know, I believe that Apple have more, you know, I'll still have an iPhone, I'll still keep my iMac and that for, you know, editing photos and such like, but, you know, and media, but, you know, I'm not going to replace my Mac Pro now. I must admit, I only got that for about less than £500 anyway, obviously second hand. So I'm not complaining. You know, I've had it working for a couple of years now, or nearly a couple of years, probably about like a year and a half, and I've already had it repaired once, and I can't justify taking it to get repaired again. Otherwise things are just going to get way too expensive for, you know, in terms of running that as a hobby. It would be cheaper to invest in, for example, you know, £800 into building a new system that will work for, you know, I'd estimate 2 years plus, you know, and if I upgrade it bit by bit over a period longer. But there's a chance within the year I might replace the graphics card in it, you know. Maybe increase the RAM. I started off with about 16 gig, I believe. Which I would like 32, but just to keep the budget within budget, as I say, for the build, 16 will have to do. It will do just fine. I hope you enjoyed the drive along. You know, I might just treat this as just one big video, release it out as it is. I'd like to involve you in my planning, and I need to start doing the second camera on me probably as well, while I'm chatting in the cab and drive footage. So that could be my next big investment after the computer. Yes, I have a second camera already, which I might use temporarily to get used to doing it. But I think what would improve it even more would to get basically a second camera of my primary camera, if that makes any sense. As I discussed before, which would be another £300, I reckon. Thereabouts.
After a quarter of a mile, turn left, A352, Ottery Lane.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Wasn't as bad as I thought. Yeah, but not far off the oval now. I don't have any room to move over, mate. There you go. Cheers. Sorry,
Turn left, A352, Ottery Lane.